Buenos dias. That's me being Spanish. That's as much. That's my complete thing that I know about Spanish. Um, Let me go post this link over on our website. The website is denverguitarorchestra.com. On the front page of denverguitarorchestra.com is our weekly schedule, and the songs that we're going to play for the week. This week include some pretty. Some weeks we have kind of iffy tunes because they're teaching us something, and some weeks we have really nice tunes. I want to put this week in the pretty nice tunes category. So for book one, we're going to spend one more week strumming out of the little booklets, getting our A, D, and E7 chords put together. We're going to finish up Buffalo Gals. I like that song. Carnival of Venice is actually a legit piece of classical music. Pretty hard to play, so it'll be worth working on level 2. Book 3, we have On Top of Spaghetti, one of my all-time favorite songs, and Parting Glass, which has become one of my favorite songs. So, and neither of those are particularly easy. And then our classical repertoire tonight, Aeolian Mode, Exercise 15 and 17. Those three are sort of iffy, but the study by James Brown is actually pretty cool. And of course, Sagreras, everything he has ever written has been awesome. So that's Lesson 62 by Julio. And let's make sure that the link is working correctly. It's just now 6 o'clock, so we'll wait one more minute to let everybody get settled in. Yep, it's opening up correctly. And so then I'm going to go over to, I'm just realizing I forgot my sheet music. I better go grab that. Let's see. Let's click here. I've been playing off of the computer. I do that all the time. I'm like, I just use the computer to warm up. And then, of course, that means my book is in the other room. denverguitarorchestra.com. Video 400 exclamation point. Attach. Guitar logo open and tweet. All right. I saw who wandered in here already. Vic, you are in charge of letting people know that I'm running to grab my sheet music. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. I have a tendency now, since everything's in the iPad, to just have faith that everything's going to be fine. And then, of course, I leave the iPad in the other room. So let me put this up here where I can see it a little bit. And let's get going. So I was going to change out the strumming book, and then I thought, we're taking 2 weeks off, Labor Day, blah, blah, blah. Let's just do one more week of the strumming book, and then we can start fresh after Labor Day with a new round of book 1. So I want to go through the little booklet. If there's any of the songs in there that you guys like, let me know, and we'll do those. Otherwise, I will just pick some, and we'll do them. And let's see. Right now, Vic, I guess you're our leading advocate. So if there's one you want to play in particular, let me know. Otherwise, I think let's start on page 16, the very back. You Are My Sunshine. And then let's remember our book 1 skills, right? Make sure you're holding your guitar more or less in this position. I use one of these little contraptions on here to hold the guitar in place. But putting your foot on a pedal or your guitar case or something, or a stack of books, works just as well. It doesn't work just as well. It works differently, but it works fine. That used to be the way everybody did it. More and more and more and more and more people are going to these contraptions to hold their guitar in place. I like it because it's not. Both my feet. Vivas. Oh, the Viva La Company. Okay, we'll do that one too. I like the contraption because now both of my feet are flat on the floor. My body can be nice and straight and even. I don't have to put any energy into thinking about posture, and everything just happens. Next thing, make sure you are always in tune 100% of the time when you play guitar. E, A, D, G, B, E. Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. And then after I tune it up using my contraption up here, then I also go through and on the 5th fret, everybody on the 5th fret, except the 3rd string will be on the 4th fret. I double check that they sound pretty close to the same. Okay, there's your first set test, and the next one. Okay, also on the 5th fret. 3rd string you do on the 4th fret. And then the last one's also on the 5th fret. Alright, so pretty close. If you have a cheap tuner, I do find learning to do your harmonics 12th fret will send cleaner information into your tuner, and it's a little easier to tune up sometimes. All right, so we've talked about posture, we've talked about tuning. Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie, that's the phrase that pays. If you're in my class here locally, you have to memorize that. And let's see. All right, so there's that. Let's remember our chords. A chord. Okay, that's your A chord. D chord is also in this song. We're working on You Are My Sunshine on page 16. And then we have E7. And then back to A. So you've got your A chord, D chord, and E7 chord figured out. Let's give it a try on You Are My Sunshine. And as you guys know, my singing's terrible. Well, Val's the only one here who has to deal with it. Everybody else you're dealing with it on the recording. So you have the choice of fast forwarding. And a million texts are going off. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on silent. I don't know why in the world. People are texting me at this moment. Oh, it's out. I see what they're up to. Right. I'm having a fingernail discussion in the guitar loop. All right, here we go. From the top, You Are My Sunshine. You. 1, 2. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Always love you and be there for you. I will protect you and keep you safe. You are my dream, dear. You are my sunshine. Please 10, 11, 12. Oh, I'm looking for an A. I'm not looking for an E, I'm looking for an A. There it is. All right, there we go. Remember, you got three main ways of doing your right hand. Strumming, either with your thumb or your index finger. You also have claw plucking, everybody at once, and you have arpeggio picking with thumb, index, middle, ring, or some variation thereof. And all three of those you want to master. So work on it, and whenever strumming is the best thing to do when you're working on that type of when you're doing that kind of review, is to take time to do all of those. Now Vic has said, "Hey, let's do Vive la Compagnie." So let's do it. Over on page 15, so you go back one page. The challenge with Vive la Compagnie is you're going to have F sharp minor in there. Okay. When you first start your bar chords, they sound like this. Right? That's what they're going to sound like. That's how you're playing them right now. It will magically go away on the day that your body is ready for them to go away. Couple years on bar chords, and all you're really doing is playing your E minor, but you're sliding it up to there and putting in a bar on the second fret. Lots of things, lots of discussion about the best way to do bars. Everybody's got a little bit different system for how to think about it, but at the end of the day, you're going to cover up however many strings you have to. Most of the time when you're strumming, you're going to use a full bar over all 6 strings. Sometimes to make it cleaner, you're going to push this up a little bit higher. Sometimes you're going to pull it down a little bit. Sometimes you might roll it backwards. I'm doing that more and more these days. And sometimes you roll it forward. All of those are things you mess around with, trying to figure out the best way to do bar chords for you at any given time. And also notice my middle finger is definitely helping out. When you get to more complex chording, you won't be able to do that, but this is a very normal thing to do, especially with this particular chord. The E minor moved up to various places on the neck. Very normal. Just take your other finger and stick it on top of that bar. And it doesn't teach you any bad habits. It's just giving you a different place to put your middle finger. All right, Vive la Compagnie. I can do bars, but not too quickly. Yeah, so that's the other thing that happens, right? Is that if I sit down and I have time, I get on there really pretty. Yay, pulled it off, right? But the truth is, when you're in the middle of a song, you may not have time to get everything on there, right? And that's when you accept the crummy sound. Viva la, viva la, viva l'amor, viva la, viva la, viva l'amor, viva l'amor, viva l'amor, viva la Compagnie, right? So just let it be crummy. It's okay. Okay. Robin, how are you? I didn't know you were going to do any guitar stuff. That's exciting. All right, so Vive la Compagnie. Robin's in our harmonica class. She's like the star of the harmonica class. So I'm delighted to see you. All right, so Vive la Compagnie. We'll go nice and slow. It's kind of a march, so I'm going to do this, but you can feel free to do whatever right hand stuff you think makes the most sense for you. Okay? 4, 1, 2, 3. Let every good fellow now join in this song. Viva la Compagnie. Success to each other and pass it along. Viva la Compagnie. Viva la, viva la, viva l'amor. Viva la, viva la, viva l'amor. Viva l'amor, viva l'amor. Viva la Compagnie. A friend on your left and a friend on your right. Viva la Compagnie. In love and good fellowship let us unite. Viva la Compagnie. Viva la, viva la, viva l'amor. Viva la, viva la, viva l'amor. Viva l'amor, viva l'amor. Viva la Compagnie. With a friend on the right, 3, 4. With our friends all around, we will sing out our song. Viva la Compagnie. We'll banish our troubles, it won't take us long. viva la company. Viva la, viva la, viva l'amore, viva la, viva la, viva l'amore, viva l'amore, viva l'amore, viva la company. Last verse. For should time and occasions compel us to part, viva la company. These days shall forever enliven our hearts, viva la company. Viva la, viva la, viva l'amore, viva la, viva la, viva l'amore, viva l'amore, viva l'amore, viva la company. I should probably take time to memorize those chords. Those chords in the chorus come around really, really fast. Let's go real slow, just the chorus, so we have time to get it on there. Okay? 1, 2, just the chorus. Viva la, viva la, viva l'amore, viva la, viva la, viva l'amore, viva l'amore, viva l'amore, viva la company. And if that's too fast, you do it half that speed, and that's okay as well. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Viva la, viva la, viva l'amore, viva la, viva la, viva l'amore, viva l'amore, viva l'amore, viva la company. And if that's too fast, then you slow it down even more. The key with strumming and singing is not how fast you can do it, but can you do it on the beat, right? And so we want to do things at the correct moment, whatever speed we're doing it as. And with this one, of course, the hard one is that F sharp minor. Viva l'amour, viva l'amour, viva la company. There's a whole lot of chord changing, and notice what you're doing. You got you're coming into this F sharp minor from E7. Move everybody to get there. Then you got to move everybody to get to the D. And you got to move everybody. And then move everybody. So the only thing that's kind of easy is when you're going from D to E7, you can just slide your index back. Right? But otherwise, you're moving all of the fingers all over the place. And so when you get ready to do a song like that and you peek through and you're like, all right, there's an F sharp minor in there, that's going to take me a while to get that on, so I'm not going to sing too fast. The other thing that happened is I was singing is I got there, I'm like, oh shoot, hit something, right, and then get to the D chord, because you don't want to lose sleep over getting the F sharp minor on there. Did Robin take off? Is she still here? I don't know. Looks like she took off. All right. There's Viva la Company. How are you on time? Let's do one more. Let's do something. Let's do. I'm a Little Teapot. I love I'm a Little Teapot. And there's a lot of chord changes in it. Let's do I'm a Little Teapot. Page 8. Okay. Here's another song where slow and beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a lit. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tip me over and pour me out. Okay, now much faster with your right hand. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle and here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Okay, messing with her timing. Teapot is easier. Yeah, heck yeah, teapot's easier. Just the three chords that are our friends, right? I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. Whoops. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tip me over and pour me out. Right? So, the other one, try to do a swing time. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, and here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tip me over and pour me out. So there you go. There's your teapot song. All right. I don't know. What do you think, Vic? That's enough strumming, right? Okay, let's move on. That's the end. So every single song in book, I love every single song in the strumming book. Every single one. My suggestion is don't do Danny Boy until the very end because it gets stuck in your head. Let's go take a look at book 2, Buffalo Gals. Dun dun dun. Book 2. Buffalo Gals. Ta-dum. All right, Buffalo Gals. 3-beat count-in. I don't know how many times we'll do it. We might do them all. Let's play it different ways. Let's do the chords first. Just chords. G, D7, G. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. As I was walking down the street, down the street, down the street, a pretty little gal I chanced to meet. Oh, she was fair to see. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? Okay, there's by chords. Now let's do the melody. 1, 2, 3. I need to have my eyes in there. Hold on. These days I put the lyric up there even though you don't need to. 1, 2, 3. Gary, come on. 1, 2, 3. I stopped her and we had a talk. Had a talk. Had a talk. Her feet took up the whole. Her feet took up. Oh, I see what I gotta do. I gotta put parentheses around those. Okay. Let's go from measure 4. From measure 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And had a talk. Her feet took up the whole sidewalk and left no room for me. 2, 3, 4. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight and dance by the light of the moon? 2, 3. Let's do it one more time. Let's do it one more time because I messed up the melody pretty good. Third verse. 1, 2, 3. I asked her if she'd have a dance, have a dance, have a dance. I thought that I might have a chance to shake a foot with her. 2, 3, 4. Buffalo gals, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight. Come out tonight. light of the moon. 2, 3, and then finally, tough axe from the top. Start with your G chord. Would probably just regular G chord's fine. 1, 2, 3. I danced with a gal with a with a. Oh, that's a with a. Oh. Fixing my sheet music as we go along. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I danced with a gal with hole in her stocking and her heel kept a rockin' and her toes kept a knockin'. I danced with a gal with a hole in her stocking and they danced by the light of the moon. Buffalo gal, won't you come out played into the first ending again. Shouldn't do that. Let's do it one more time without me singing, and then we'll be done with this song. 1, 2, 3. Cute song. I think it's cute. I hope you like it. All right. I only know the first line of lyrics, so other lines seem like, yeah. The problem with the other lines is there's a ton of, the syllables change on every single one. In order to do it right, I'd have to write out 6 or 8 pages of this song, and so I haven't done that. I think I will go through and put in some bracketed or parenthesis notes in there so that you'll know sometimes that some of the lines are different than the others. I only know the first line too, obviously. All right, there's Buffalo Gals. Let's talk about, more importantly, we've got Carnival of Venice today. So this is a pretty hard song, actually, for a Book 2 song. There's only 2 chords. That's how it ended up in there. But let's go through and talk about it very quickly. So your 2 chords are C and G7. And the only way you can actually practice, since there's no lyrics, is to go to the MP3 player and play along with it, just doing your chords. And it's a good idea, actually. C, 1, bum 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 bum. Or however it goes, right? So that's one way to practice your C chord and your G7. I find C chord to be one of my really hard chords that I have to do a lot. And then G7 is pretty close to it, but everything has to move, and it's a little awkward, I think. Okay, so let's play the melody, make sure we know where the melody goes. From the top, 1, 2. Whoops, where is it? 3, 1. To the top. 2. 3, 1. 2, 3, 1, 2. 3, 1. 2, 3, 1, 2. And remember, when you have a high note, like here at the end, we're going to go up to 8, use either your ring finger or your middle finger. And so the previous note's a 3, is a G. And we're going to slide it up to 8. That sounds kind of cool. And then when you get there, if you're using your middle finger or your ring finger, just wiggle. You're not lifting it up, you're not bending the string, you're just wiggling. And you get a nice little vibrato there, and it makes this top note very pretty. All right, so there's the melody. And then let's walk through the tough axe. The tough axe is tough. I was playing it earlier. I'm like, geez, I should put this in a different key. But part of the purpose of book 2 is to get you comfortable playing in all of the keys. And C, unfortunately, is really more difficult than the other keys on guitar. It's not more difficult than all of the other keys, but it's pretty tough key, and so this is a great chance for you to start double checking your tough axe chops to make sure they're coming along. So the first note's a 3 and your C chord. So I normally grab a C chord and I got that 3, but because this song immediately goes up to 5s, I don't need to know if I need to put all this whole contraption on. I'm probably just going to do the 3. Okay, so hit that. And then a little bar on 5. Come back to the 3, probably with your pinky. That gives you a chance to be getting your C chord going with the other fingers. And notice I'm pushing down 2 strings with my index finger here to get that 1, that's that F note, which is the wrong note. But then it resolves, right, with the 0. And then when you have your C chord on, you can go right into your G7. That's why you practice your chords. Add your pinky to get this 3 there. Okay, measure 4, you hit it again. Another G7. Pinky on the 3. Slide it up to 5, hit it open. Bring it back to 3. And the C chord. A couple of decorative notes. Pinky on the 3, and then a bar on 5. Back to the 3 with your pinky. Get your C chord on. And then the G7. Add the pinky. G7. Pinky. Slide up to the 5. Back to the 3. And a C chord. Decorative notes. Pinky. 1. Oh, C chord. Pinky. G7, but your index finger's on the 2nd string. Pinky. Regular G7. Hit the 3. Slide up to the 5. Slide back to the 3. C chord. Pinky. Little bar on 5. Pinky up on 8. Okay, and then you've got to jump back to the 3 with your pinky. G7, pinky, G7, pinky, slide up to the 5, back to the 3 with your pinky, and then a C chord. Or whoops. Okay. If you don't do the repeat, or if it's the second time through, then to finish up, it's just the same, more of the same. Okay. So this little chord here is super handy. The little bar on 5, pinky up on 8. That's going to be useful in other keys as well. Here it is on A. Okay. Here it is on G. Right. So it's a very useful shape. So that song should go slow when you're learning it, and then should go as fast as you possibly can when you get good at it. It sounds wonderful slow, but it is a carnival song, so you're supposed to be trying to get it as fast as you can. I think probably the best part about the song is it's a great pinky workout. All right, start here. I love these pinky slides that go from 3 to 5 and back. I think that's really fun to do that. All right, Carnival of Venice. You've got 2 weeks to work on that. Yeah. By the way, Vic, Valerie, Vic. We are Vicky. Where's Val coming from? Oh, I know a Val. That's funny. Vic, this is our 400th broadcast. So I think you've been in about 99% of the guitar broadcasts. So, all right. On Top of Spaghetti. Let's go into book 3. Let's play that. I said you had 2 weeks to work on that. You don't. You have 1 week. We're going to meet next week. Book 3, On Top of Spaghetti. It's not there. Why is it not there? I know that it's supposed to be there. Let me just double check that I did this right. On Top of Spaghetti. Oh, I know what I did. That's what I did. Sorry. Okay, here's this, and Guitar Book 3, On Top of Spaghetti, and Party Glass. Okay, sorry. On Top of Spaghetti. All right, On Top of Spaghetti, nice and slow. Well, think about it. 400 lessons, right? 400. So let's assume each guitar one was a half an hour. That's 200 hours of instruction, right? Because how many? Let's pretend each one was a half an hour. They're usually long, but let's say you got half an hour worth out of them. That would be 200 hours. Whoops. I'm trying to do math on my login screen. That's not going to work. Let's go grab a calculator. 200 hours of formal instruction, 200 divided by 24. So it's only 8 days. If you were working continuously, it's only 8 days of lessons. Yeah, it took you a while to get the nerve to do guitar. Guitar is so much harder than ukulele, but I do think the rewards are there. I love ukulele with all of my heart and soul. However, it has limits that this instrument doesn't have, and those limits help it make it more playable. This one, the good news and the bad news is you'll never run out of things to do on this one. We don't really run out of things to do on the other one either, but this one's ridiculous. All right. On Top of Spaghetti, I'm just going to play the tough acts nice and slow, and you play whatever you feel like. 1, 2. Verse, when we're up on it, the rains came in and soaked it. The trib is all covered. And then the last verse. Ah. And there's that little bar with the 8 again. That's just another C chord, same as this one. But just a little higher up and a little bit better placed on the the inversion. Right, and on the C, just sounds better. Yeah, this is a hard song. So no, if you're struggling with that, be thinking the main reason you struggle with this one, the F chord is really challenging to get on there in measure 5, and then I do think the F chord there in measure 2 with the bar on 5, C shape in front, pinky up on 8. I think it's pretty hard to get that one on as well. So the whole song is great for practicing your C, Fs, and G7s, but it's pretty hard. And you kind of want a song like that to be easy, and it's not. Speaking of songs that you are going to be hard, Parting Glass. This is one of my new all-time favorites. So let's go through it. I'm not going to sing it because I can't sing it. Of all the money that I ever had, I spent it in good company. That's what you're after, sort of, right? And of course, it starts on B minor. And so here we go. You've got your A minor, second fret, it's B minor. In the tough acts, a lot of times I'm going to just put these 3 strings. So there's a couple places where I use this shape, but I think for the most part, when you see 3, 4, 4, that's B minor. You're just not putting the bar down. Okay, so let's play the melody. Make sure we know how that goes. 1, 2, 3. Let me start again. I made too many mistakes. 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Page 2. This at the end there, you've got this bar chord on 2 with your middle finger on the 3rd fret, 3rd string. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, fermata on that, and that gives you time to turn around and play the second verse. Okay, so then that goes on. Now, that's the melody, beautiful melody. Let's talk tough acts. Okay, got a whole week to get this one together. 2-0. Now you've got this B minor. I have a tendency, since the rest of the measure I don't need to worry about anything, just putting the A minor shape on 3 and playing those 3 strings. And getting the zeros open, hitting the 2, and then I'm grabbing a D chord here, and a full A chord here. Ring finger to get the 3. This B minor shape looks like an E minor on ukulele. And then to a D chord. And then an A chord. B minor again, just A minor shape on the 3. D chord. A chord, B minor, 7, and then you've got 3, 4, 5, right? So that's really just, looks kind of like a B minor shape, but it's 3, then 4, and then 5. Maybe your pinky wouldn't make with sense. Okay. It's a modified B minor, okay, with a weird note up there. Okay, and then 2-0. A regular B minor. Yeah, and that 4-4-0 is an interesting one because you have 2 drone notes in it. Okay, so I would tend to let that ring just a second. None but me, da. That 3 is set to, is a pickup note, da. And you've got your D chord with your melody note on 5. A chord, 2, E minor with the 3, that comes up a lot. B minor shape, but it's the open-ended shape. And getting to the 2 is a little bit of a problem. Okay, here we go back to the main idea. Open. It's a weird shape. And here we go with this crazy turnaround. And then let's play. Second ending. Where am I? And the big bar chord, bar on 7, ring finger on 9. Okay, and you can put both ring and pinky up on 9s, the 5th and 4th string, and then your bar here. Then you have a full on B minor up here. Okay, I didn't put it on there. It felt like too much to me. Bong, right? That felt like it tried to drag the whole song down. Right, so that last bar chord, it's not totally odd, not totally necessary, but you could also just play the bottom 3 on 7. It works just as well. Beautiful. All right, so that's a good song to spend the next week on. Way better, probably long term for you than Spaghetti Monster, or Mice. What is it? On top of Spaghetti. All right. Finally. Let's get through a few of these classical tunes, shall we? Let's go grab Aeolian mode. Now, the first 3 on here are sort of throwaways. They're just supposed to be technique-y type things. Guitar, book 0, Aeolian mode. All right. This one is kind of a song, I think. So what it's telling you here is, 1, play it loud the first time, then quiet the second time, and then when you come around after we do the repeat, you'll play it medium again. So medium, then quiet, then medium. Mezzo forte is medium. That's your normal playing volume. And then I think other things to notice, at measure 8, they're supposed to get quieter. It's supposed to sort of fade out at measure 8 before you go back and do the repeat. Reading the repeats, you do measure 8, 1 through 8, and then 1 through 8 again. Then you play 9 through 16, and then you come back up and do 1 through 8 one last time. Okay? The second half has a much happier feeling. The first half definitely has that minor. When they say Aeolian mode, they're talking about A minor in this case. It's supposed to sound kind of darker and a little more mysterious, maybe sad, maybe important. And then the non-Aeolian mode section of it, major 9 through 16, is there to brighten things up before you dive back in. So let's see how we do. Not fast at all. 69 is super slow. 1 and 2 and. I should have done the dynamics better. The first time, the second time, you're supposed to really be quiet, right? And then the first time, I forgot to do that. There you go. There's your dynamics. That's your dynamics lesson. It's not that great of a song. All right, moving on to exercise 15. Speaking of not that great of a song, exercise 15 is really, when you look at it, I think they're just trying to get you used to double stopping. I don't know really why they would do that. I gave you chords here because it helps in some respects to understand what you're up to. Otherwise, it just feels like a bunch of random notes. But it really is C, F, and G. And then there's a D minor in measure 5, which doesn't make a ton of sense. It's not terrible, but it's just sort of, it's less common, I guess. Let's give it a try. 2 times through. 1 and 2 and. Really what you're working on there is your right hand, and probably following the directions would be pretty good. AM for your first measure, MI for your second measure, IP for your third measure, back to IM, and then on the second line, AM, MI, and then they want AM, and MI, AM, and MI, IM, right? Yeah, and so it's just a chance to use those fingers together. Not much song there. And major 17 has even less. No, it's not true. When you get to this D minor, there's a cool thing that happens. It's really actually pretty important. Okay, so let's look at exercise 17. Now, this case, the chord shapes here basically solve all of your issues. So if you just put your chord shape on, we just finger stylize a little classical guitar, and all of a sudden we got it covered. This is AMI, so you're going to use all 3 fingers until you get to measure 5, and then he wants PIM, so thumb, index, and middle. Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. Pause just a moment here. 3, 2, 3. You want to put your pinky down and then drop these 2 fingers. This is really what you want, middle, ring, and pinky. It's less comfortable in the beginning, but it's going to come up so much in classical music. That D minor shape is what you're really doing here. Is you've got your regular D minor on, right? But you're now going to put this note in the bass. That's an F, and then you replace it with your pinky. So it's a little different than the regular D minor, which is perfect, right? Because you got your D in the bass. This puts the F in the bass. Just a little bit different flavor to it. Okay, and then to measure 7, which is the zeros. Ready? Play. And then a C chord at the end. 2. Okay, so let's start from measure 6 like it's the first time through, and then we'll go into the second time through and not stop. Okay, so let's still go from 5. It's easier on 5. So get your C chord on at measure 5, and then we'll play the end of the first time through, and then one time all the way through. 1, 2, measure 5. Top. D minor, G7, and C. So of that exercise, the only thing down there that's particularly challenging and particularly important is that D minor. Okay, so it's just making sure you know, hey, I'm supposed to, it'd be way easier to do index, middle, and ring, but don't. Do middle, ring, and pinky to get to that D minor. All right, beautiful. All right, let's go play the one song. This song here is actually pretty good. This, oh, look at it. Gary made it in. Nice. Hey, Gary, good to see you, bud. All right. I owe you an email, Gary. All right, let's go to The Study by James Brown. Not that James Brown. And this is actually kind of a cool song. So let's give it a try. Very slow. It's supposed to be a jaunty pace, but we don't need to do that. And you really want to play it with your claw, and there's a couple of times your thumb's going to reach up to the 5th and 6th string, but for the most part you're only going to use strings 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just go ahead and set your claw up right on there, and most of the notes will be covered. 1, 2, ready, play. Be mindful of those half notes, measure 7 and measure 16. My tendency is to rush through them. Let's play it one more time. You'll notice in the standard notation there's all these half notes, and they're telling you, hey, just leave your finger down, don't pull it up. That's really what's going on there. But the effect of the song is that there's some new note coming in every quarter note, so you can almost, as long as you're not yanking your hand off over here, you can pretty much just play the tab as a note on every quarter note, and you'll make it through just fine. Remembering at measure 7, those are half notes, and at 16. Okay, so let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's too hard for what you get out of it, but I do think it's a good one to kind of compare what's going on in the standard notation to what's going on in the tab, and you end up with sort of a floaty kind of feeling. I don't know how else to describe it. Kind of nice. And then, of course, the good song here, the Sagreras song, Lesson 62. Let's do that one and see if we can knock it out. All right, lesson 62. And remember, I made some heavy-handed editing to this one. I put on a different turnaround and a little bit different ending. So I don't think Sagreras is coming out of his grave to yell at me, but I made it a little bit more show busy, so it works a little better, I think. For measure 1, well, it's a 2-beat count tune. 1 and 2 and. On the sheet music on the site, it's there's a name A minor there. Okay, but I thought that last E didn't get us where we wanted to go, so I'm going to change it to 3 5s and maybe a 0 on the 5th string. So let's play it one more time. It's such a good song. I could just play this one song all night. From the top, 1 and 2 and. I like that song a lot. All right, I'm all geeked out over that. By the way, just so you know, today I was playing on a 3/4 size guitar that I had set up for myself a few months back, and there's not perfect setup on it yet, but the 3/4 size guitars have some merit if you're fighting the size of your full size guitar. These days they make the smaller guitars really high quality. I'm trying to figure out where to put it. It doesn't have a home around here. You know, they're not as good as a full size guitar sound wise, but they sure are a lot easier to play because your hands don't have to stretch as far. All right, let's see. We will meet next week unless I have a tragedy befall me. So this was broadcast number 400, and I don't know. I'm getting better. I don't know. Hopefully you are too, and still got a ways to go. Let's see. I like the classical songs, but right now I just want to do Parting Glass all day. Yeah, that's fine, right? You don't have to do all the songs. Just do the songs you love, right? Especially at your level, pick a song, just turn it into something. Parting Glass is awesome. Gary, I do owe you an email, and I'm going to get it to you hopefully tomorrow. And yeah, so that's what I know for guitar. Hope you guys are having a great evening. My plan is to be here next Wednesday. I have some stuff going on, so it may or may not happen, but I'm planning on it. So we will start book 1 again, and then we will also continue on with book 2 and whatever comes after Carnival of Venice. And book 3, we're almost getting to the end of book 3 for the first time since updating it to the new book 3. And so it's kind of exciting, actually, that we're going to get to start that one over not too long from now. And then, of course, with the classical stuff, whatever comes after lesson 62, we're going to continue marching down. Looks like we have 3, maybe 4 weeks left to repeat book 0, and then we'll start digging into book 1 and do just what we did last time, which is I'll try to post as quickly as I can the sheet music, the tablatures out of book 1, and then we'll do as many as I can get done until we have that book completed. I also think with the classical stuff, what we'll do is we'll do 1 song out of book 0 and 1 song out of book 1, right? So that if we have new people coming in, they get a chance to visit book 0 along with you guys that have been around a while doing book 1. So eventually we will have done all 8 books of that. At some point it's going to get so hard that there's no way to do one every week, but until then we're going to keep our current work schedule in front of us, and we're going to get to be very fine musicians. That's my plan. All right, guys, have a wonderful evening. I will see you soon. And that's it. Peace.